Thank you, sir. News flash, it happened again. There is new voter fraud to report tonight. And again, it's being committed by a Republican. Meet Wisconsin State Representative Joel Clayfish. This YouTube video clearly shows him voting for an absent member. But there he is, voting for someone else. The rule very clearly states, quote, only the members present in the assembly chamber may vote. So what's his excuse?
It depends how you interpret the rule. The bathroom counts as the chamber, and the parlor counts as the chamber if you're grabbing something to eat. We're targets. My wife's under a recall. I'm her husband. We're targets. They yell lies at us. They shoot a specific video of me when he could have had video of 24 to 50 other people at that time.
The bathroom counts as the chamber. Well, now to be fair, this happened with Democrats in Wisconsin as well. But what Democrats haven't done is sign the harshest voter ID bill in the country. That's what State Representative Clayfish signed on to. But he's not the only Republican carping about voter fraud while committing it. Last month, there was the undercover team in New Hampshire trying to get ballots with the names of dead people. Last week, the main Republican Party chair blamed email spam for votes not tallied. And now we have Wisconsin Representative Joel Clayfish joining the party. This whole effort to prove voter fraud would be funny if it wasn't so sad. I'm in Atlanta tonight fighting back against this effort to suppress the vote. They'll keep trying games, but we won't let them get away with it. Joining me now is Judith Browne, Dianis, co-director of the Advancement Project, a civil rights group focused on the issue of democracy and race. Today, they filed a lawsuit against the state of Wisconsin, charging that the state's Voter ID Act is discriminatory against minorities. And in Milwaukee, we have Deborah Crawford, whose 77-year-old mother, Betty Jones, is one of the lead plaintiffs in that case. Betty's voted in every election since 1956. Today, she can't get voter ID in Wisconsin. Great to have both of you with us. Judith, let me start with you. I want to talk about this lawsuit, but first, what do you make of this lawmaker who got caught red-handed in Wisconsin voting for his absent colleague?
You know, Reverend Sharpton, you have done a great job over the last few months showing the Republican Party getting caught with their hand in the cookie jar. The hypocrisy of this, the folks who talk about election integrity and talk about trying to stop voter fraud, caught red-handed doing it themselves time and time again, just like the case in Maryland with the conviction around misinformation to voters. I mean, it just shows that they're not about preventing fraud. They're about preventing voting.
Now, you filed a lawsuit today. Many of us are up in arms about this, as you know. And your lawsuit says that minorities suffer disproportionately in Wisconsin. 55% of black males, 49% of black females don't have state-issued ID. 46% of Hispanic males, 59% of Latinas don't have state-issued ID. This is your lawsuit. This is explain to us why this is something of great importance.
Sure. This case is important because this is the first case that challenges one of these voter ID restrictions under the Voting Rights Act of 1965. We believe that the Wisconsin statute takes us back to a time when people of color were not given full rights to citizenship in this country. Second-class citizens we were treated, and again, under this law, this is what Wisconsin is doing. And Ms. Crawford will explain her mother's situation, which shows that there are people who want to participate in this election process, who fought for the right to vote, and who are being disenfranchised by laws like the one in Wisconsin.
Ms. Crawford, tell us why your mother is one of the lead plaintiffs in this lawsuit.
Well, thank you for having me. My mother relocated at the end of last year to live with me so that I could provide care. And as we went to change her current photo ID, which she just had issued in the state of Ohio late last year, so it was current. As we went to convert that to a Wisconsin ID, we were told she had to have a birth certificate. I went home to retrieve a letter that she's had all these years because she had conducted a very thorough search in her original state of birth, and they indicated there was none of record. She was born at a time when it wasn't uncommon that they didn't register all people of color when they were born. And until she moved to Wisconsin, that letter had served fine for her to indicate who she was. But the issue here is that beginning December 23rd is when I found out that she could not get the ID at the Department of Motor Vehicles. I began the search process then for our upcoming April 3rd election.
Now, wait a minute, Ms. Crawford, your mother voted. Yes. I want people around the country to understand it. She voted in every election since 1956. We're not talking about someone who was not a voter. We're not talking about someone who hasn't voted for half a century. And she's denied the right to vote, even with a record of voting every election in a half a century, because she moved to a state that had these laws that required her to have a birth certificate that she didn't get because of the color of her skin. They were not given birth certificates at the time of her birth.
She's voted regularly since 1956, and I don't think she's ever missed a major general election. And that's the case. And not only that, she helped as part of the civil rights movement when they were electing the first black mayor in Cleveland, Carl Stokes. So this is something that's very important to her. And yes, and right now, she is not able to produce that birth certificate, even though she has a photo ID from another state and that she has a record of voting with regularity in another state. She cannot vote in this state, in this upcoming election, unless I can get the documents. And I've been working on it since December, and I've invested almost $100.
Judith, let me go back to you quickly. There are, out of 11 million vote cast in that state since 2004, in the state of Wisconsin, only 23 cases of voter fraud, 0.0002%. So there's no widespread voter fraud they have this law for.
That's right.
This is a problem. This is a solution looking for a problem, and we suspect maybe something even more insidious.
That's right. This really is not about preventing fraud. It's about preventing voting. And at the heart of it is that we can't disenfranchise people. We need to open up participation.
Thank you, Judith Browne and Deborah Crawford. Thanks for your time tonight.